ZOO, Alexander Chetin, ZAN, Lee Martin, MAR, Miguel Matias, who's my personal favourite, is MAT, just because he's old and he's made it at his last ever race. POL is Matteo Polo and David Ongaro, ONG. But don't forget, the 4 slot is empty because right at the back will be... No, actually starting from the pit lane is Battle. He's going to start from the pit lane, not from the 14th position. So Battle will start after everyone else has from the pit lane. But we'll cover the cars from the start, Harry. And I'll tell you when Robert leaves, but you can see the cars. Cars down, 45 minutes about to start. The EFRA 1.8 IC European Championship 2018 is go, and it's a great start for both the top 2 drivers. Battle joins them, so the Battle has been joined literally, and off they go. And Ronefeld makes a massive mistake because he's going to be absolutely dead last as well. So all the 3 favourites are dead last. And our car crashed there, so Ronefeld makes a huge mistake on the first corner. I mean, the Canas takes the lead in the silver and grey car. We got that one again? In the silver car, I just see it fall in the corner. And then second now it's Coelho in the orange and white. Third place, it's like, and Canas makes mistakes. It's Canas from Coelho. That's the excitement of the build-up. It's building on. And in third place, it's the 5 machine of Ricardo Berton. So it's Spain, from Portugal, from Italy. The 6 car of Figueiredo comes in 4th, and then Elliott Boots is in 5th. But right at the back, it's Ronefeld, Ongaro. Well, actually, Robert Battle's got up to 7th after 1 lap because he went through the melee that was it. So this is a completely topsy-turvy heat. But at the front, we have Juan Carlos Canas, the Spaniard, who had very little words to say to me at the beginning in the silver and red cars. He comes to complete his 2nd lap onto the tile section, and he's got Bruno Coelho, the local hero, right behind him. They come up the main straight, and they're going to come at the banked hairpin. They come now over the rostrum triple and drop down before they hop up and into the EFRA section, which is a sharp right-hand turn, and then a left-hand turn before they fly over the tabletop and then come to the Pin Hill hairpin. Back towards again with the inner triple, which is taken to the 2 and a 1 before they climb up to the top of the circuit. And then come down the 3 steps, count them 1, 2, 3, and up and over the J Concepts double, and that is with this final hairpin and a bit more skid stuff on the tyres, a lap of this Frex Dash track, and a good lap for Canas. He's gapped Coelho quite well there. So Coelho now is battling a little bit against Berton. So let's look at second as the focus, because he's got more of an issue with Berton. Then behind him it's Figueiredo. Then it's Boots, who doesn't look particularly happy with what's going on with his car, but is hanging on for dear heck. And then Robert Battle from nowhere is already up to 5th place and moving forward. Now behind him, I think, is Ongaro. So Ongaro has got himself already up into 7th, and Ronefalk is the big loser after accident, which we will have to watch in a quiet period later because there's just too much going on. So Canas leads. 2nd is Coelho. 3rd is Berton. 4th is Hal Figueiredo. Then Boots under pressure. And let's move this Boots battle here. Just for these red, we've got Boots and you've got Battle and you've got Ongaro together. And Boots has fallen out of it, so it's now Ongaro and Battle. Let's stick with these two. It's 13 and the 4, Ongaro and Battle. And don't forget, we will have at least 5 pit stops for each driver, possibly 6, depending on how they spread them out. But now Ongaro's got past Battle already and is in 5th place from dead last. Ronefalk, however, is still trying to catch them all up. So this is a completely mismatched event. Now up front, we've just seen Coelho lose a place to Berton. But now it is Ongaro as he ever moves towards the 6 car of Hal Figueiredo. So 4th and 5th in picture. It's still Canas leading. It's Berton 2nd and Coelho 3rd. Ongaro's going, and then behind them you've got Battle and you've got Boots and you've got Ronefalk in a triumvirate together. Plenty of speed for Canas. He's putting some gap. He's going to need all that gap if he's going to pull away enough time to keep Ongaro back over the full 45 minutes. We are looking at Ongaro now as he comes underneath us, the Italian who completely decimated qualifying. He's managed to gap Battle relatively efficiently. Battle is being hung onto by Boots, and then it's Ronefalk trying to make up for just the most dreadful start possible, where you have a crash in the first lap and go to last because the marshals can't get you because there's a stream of cars like the M25 at rush hour. So coming up now, next for Ongaro is trying to get past his fellow countryman Hal Figueiredo. And we are now just coming up to 4 minutes down, 41 to go. So this has started better than I'm sure Ongaro could have wished for. As he tries to get past the Portuguese. He's Italian, of course, Ongaro, but my brain was frazzled for a second there. So the Italian Ongaro looking to get past the Portuguese Figueiredo. Now, interestingly, Figueiredo is holding Ongaro up, and Battle is, as you can see, catching up in the all-orange car. The car we're talking about is the 13 machine with the black wing. The red wing ahead of him is Figueiredo, and now catching up with a much redder car. That is Robert Battle of Spain, your European champion. So they're not being left, because what's happened is that Ongaro is unable to find a clean way past Figueiredo, and he can't. If he bashes him, he'll get a stop and go. We've got referees watching all this. The steward, and Ongaro gets a huge fish cake as he kind of catches his front wheel and manages to power off and not roll over. But now Ongaro is dealing with Battle. And we're now over 5 minutes through, and what will happen after this, I expect, is some form of, when the pit stops come in, might see the strategy come in. Boots being slightly dropped by these two, and now getting it back with Ronefalk, who's a few seconds back. But Figueiredo keeping his own way. Canas leading now by about 5 seconds, Canas's lead. I don't think it's that much, actually. His lead is... No, it's not 5 seconds. His lead is 2 seconds. Sorry, I've read the wrong thing. So Canas leading by 2 seconds from Burton. Burton just ahead of Cahello. Cahello is ahead of... Oh, and Figueiredo's gone. So Figueiredo made a mistake. Figueiredo has completely gone. Figueiredo has broken down. And we've lost Figueiredo, the 6 car. So he's out, and that has freed up Ongaro. So Ongaro now has been freed up. He's pulled a bit of a gap as well away from Robert Battle as he chases through in the 13 car. I think they had 13 stickers. They didn't make them up, I think. So ahead of him, the next target for him are the second and third, which is Coelho and Burton, who are scrapping away. And then ahead of them is our leader, Juan Carlos Canas. So behind Ongaro, we have Robert Battle about 3 seconds back, and then a couple seconds back is David Ronefalk. And we are getting to the point where fuel stops being made, and the first person, and Ongaro comes into fuel. So Ongaro is coming for fuel, as has Burton, and they come in at only less than 7 minutes. So they're coming in very early. They're running very thirsty regimes, and that's let a couple of cars go past them. So it gets a bit confusing during fuel stops because people stop at different times. Now Ronefalk, as you can see now, is ahead of Ongaro because he's going a bit longer. I'll carry on watching. We might just have a quick look at Battle. So we're going to pick up Battle as we're going to start the double-double. Now our leader's coming in for fuel. Canas comes in for fuel a lap later. So Canas comes in for fuel at 7:13. Coelho not coming in for fuel. Is Battle as well. And also coming in this time, well, we've got the 11 cars out of it. It came in the 7, so we've lost the 11. So 11's all Matthias also. So the good news for Bruno Coelho is he's running long on fuel, which is why he's leading. We will be leading this one round. So Coelho running long on fuel. He's run 2 laps longer. He comes in now. He's run 2 laps longer than Ongaro, which if he keeps this up would mean he can probably save a stop. And also running 2 laps longer is Ronefalk, who comes in beneath me now. So very mixed up. Everyone's had 1 stop now, and whether Ongaro came in particularly early, if you come in 2 laps early, that means you're coming in a minute before them, which means that when we all shuffle through, you're going to end up doing at least 1 more stop, and a stop takes 8 seconds. Unfortunately, an error has put Ronefalk on his roof again, so that's not what we want. So we need to reposition. Can we find our leader, who should be Canas, in the 2 car? He is just coming to the end of the lap now, and he's on camera as he comes now around in front of us. Canas leads this one. In second is Coelho. In third it's Burton, and in fourth I think it is now, so third and fourth are getting close. Okay, can we drop back to third and fourth, going around the Pinello corner now? It's the 5 car of Burton, the yellow and blue car, and then we've got Ongaro on his move forward, the Italian. He's in fourth, and then in fifth it's Robert Battle, who's got a tiny amount of problem there for Burton. So into a free place for Battle, and a free place also for, and in fact Coelho has dropped behind All right, so Cahello now is behind Ongaro as well. So Ongaro now in second place. And up ahead of him, a mistake has been made by Canas. So Canas is going to be in his sights pretty soon as well. Figueiredo in the 6th car is kind of getting in anyone's way because he's lost a lap with a flame out, but obviously he's got basic pace. So Ongaro with now, who started dead last, if it hadn't been for the restart of battle, is in second place. Leading is Juan Carlos Canas. And he is about 2 seconds ahead of the Italian in frame. So in fact you can see him now. The car ahead of Ongaro is actually a lapped car. Cahello is behind him. There's a big gap to battle. So in that pit stop sequence, despite coming in early, Ongaro seems to have gained. So Ongaro now down the main straight. He has a car between himself and Canas, who's leading, as he tries to come back from a complete disaster in the semi-finals where he just destroyed his car. Well, his car destroyed itself on lap 3, and he had to go through the last chance qualifier. And now he gets up the inside of Figueiredo because Figueiredo is not in the same lap. There's now traffic between him and Canas again. And that traffic, I think, is the 10 car, which is Lee Martin. So Martin being lapped as we get towards the 10th minute, 11 minutes down, 34 to go. He goes wide and lets them all through, 2-3. And interesting, that's kind of put Cahello back into play. The Cahello in third. Ongaro, who we're with, is in second and catching up Canas at a slow pace. Last time round the game was about 2:10. He's done 34.9 though, and saying that, he made a mistake. He's dropped behind Cahello, so a mistake there for Ongaro, and that puts him down, and Cahello takes the place back of second. So Cahello in the orange and white leads. They go over the second part of the J Cossack double-double, and Ongaro, he's got a handicap anyway of starting at the back, and he can't get to the second handicap of falling off the track. So Cahello, the Portuguese local hero, leads this one, the X-Ray driver. He's ahead of the associated, the American chassis manufacturer, X-Ray, based in Slovakia. Now, interestingly, the gap now to Burton is 7 seconds, another further 2 back to Robert Battles. So Battles dropped off this, and Ronnefout is running in 8th and having a very anonymous time at the moment. Doesn't look like he's got what he needs at all, Ronnefout, the world champion. However, who has got a pretty good time is Juan Carlos Canas. And then there's more traffic. There's 2 bits of traffic in front of them. The 12 and the 10. 12 and the 11 is Matthias, and the 12 of Matteo Bellapotro, and they both, the 12 backs off. Good heads up driving there, lets them go. Burton makes a mistake, and it's all caught up. And they all got caught together, and in fact what happened was Ongaro has been called for that. We've got a replay on that one. I didn't quite see what happened there. As another mistake from Ongaro, so Ongaro is having a bit of a nightmare at the moment. Let's see that first one with an MRD replay. They just got, right, Ongaro got into the back of Cahello, hence the anguished cries from the local crowd. Got going, had to wait because he stuffed him in the hole in the first place, and then made a second mistake. So Ongaro dropping way back off Juan Carlos Canas, who is now beginning to look a little bit, even though we're not even a third way through, a little bit happy with the whole thing. So let's pick up let's pick up Bruno for a second. Go forward to Bruno on the orange car, the local man. He's running in second now and does seem to have an advantageous strategy. He is behind by some many seconds now towards Canas, who's leading. So the junior Spaniard, Juan Carlos Canas, leads by 8 seconds from Bruno Cahello. Cahello himself has 2 over Ongaro. Ongaro has 5 over Burton. Burton is ahead of Boots. So actually, no, it's Battle's got past Boots, but he's back 33. So he's 21 seconds off the lead. Cahello is the second place man. You can see him on screen at the moment. And currently not performing well, really. Ronnefout or Boots. More surprising about Ronnefout is he had a great semi-final. But, hot day, things can change. And we are still with the Cahello car. As we look to see, we're now 14 minutes in, and we're probably starting to look at an area for second pit stops. See where we got some battles going on. And Robert battle. In fact, they've got the 4th place. Sanchez Valanka actually is running in 6th now. So, if anything, Ongaro's going backwards at the moment. His early pace has disappeared. With Coelho underneath us. So, just going in for fuel now is Canas for his 2nd stop. And therefore, he's had a crash on the way out. So Coelho now leads. So he's had a crash as well, so it's a mutual muck-up time. So these are your first 2 there together, though Coelho, of course, owes us a pit stop in comparison to Canas. So Canas has stopped twice, Coelho just once. He's just ahead of him as they go up the hill. More problems for Matthias. And quite a long way back is Ongaro at the moment. I'm not sure, I think Ongaro must have stopped twice. Looks like that first stop was precautionary. In comes right. There's Coelho now in. Didn't really extend that lead. Coelho in 2nd, so he's basically a full pit stop behind. Good stop from the Ty and Gore Testament. What is happening with Ongaro? Goes round again. So Ongaro has obviously also had 2 stops. So Ongaro. There's all sorts of cars spinning up. Burton is currently in 4th place. So we're going to see Juan Carlos Canas as we watch these cars spin out. Another pit stop for Ronefalk. So Canas leads by a reasonable distance from Coelho. 3rd place is Ongaro. 4th place will be Ricardo Burton. 5th place will be Elliot Boots from Ronefalk after his fuel stop. So Valanka's over Ronefalk and Robert Battle. So there's really kind of Ronefalk got to 8th. So 9th now Ronefalk. So he's not working for our champion at all there. Nothing particularly close on the track at the moment. Everyone, let's see if we can pick up our leader for a second. That's Canas going through the Pinhill hairpin now and going round back into the inner triple. So this is Canas in the 2 car. Silver, he's leading this. The European B champion about 3 or 4 years ago. Still a very young man. He has to avoid the 9 car. That's the 8th place car of Sanchez. So he's lapped all the way to 8th already in just 16, 17 minutes of the 45. Just because there's not much happening now doesn't mean there won't be a huge amount happening later. We've had this before in these races. They get a stagnant period and then all heck breaks loose. We've had the first 2 retire within 45 seconds of each other in a European final before. So nothing is set in stone until Carlos waves his flag. Until the flag is waved by the team here in Portugal. So Canas leading. 4, 8 and 7. There is a kind of a battle going on for 5th place actually between Robert Battle, obviously. If you go to the Pinhill hairpin and you can pick up Boots there in the 8 car, the all red machine with the 7 behind him for Walanka, this silver and orange. That is a battle for 6th. They've just been battling also with Robert Battle who's in 5th. So 5, 6 and 7 are together. At the other end of the field, it's Burton still in 4th, it's Ongaro still in 3rd, it is Bruno still in 2nd, and it's still Canas leading. Canas's lead has moved to 3.2 seconds. He's then got a 2.8 second lead. There's another problem there. Who was that who crashed off the back of the track? So that was a problem as they carry on going. So that's a problem. They hop over the 3 and then still with Elliot Boots. And in for pits, Stoppery comes the 10 car. Okay, let's get ourselves repositioned. Let's see if we can find the second place car of Bruno Coelho as we go around another set of pit stops already started, and kind of as soon as they finish they start again the pit stops. So Coelho now going up and over and coming down the hill again, and then he's going to turn into the triple. So Coelho is in 2nd. He is slightly gaining on Canas. When I say slightly, it's 10th here, 10th there. It was actually a 10th and a half last time. Ongaro is gaining by 3/10 on him. So the 1, 2 and 3 are coming together because any minor mistake and they go further apart again. And there is traffic there as well. So worryingly for Robert Battle, any minute now he's about to get lapped. He has already been lapped by the leader. So the leader has lapped Battle and the leader is about to lap Ronafalk. So this has gone horrendously wrong for Ronafalk and Battle. We've only 20 minutes of the 45 and we thought these guys would be up there winning. The current European champion, the current world champion have both been lapped by the leader and will soon be lapped by second and third as well. So if your car's not working, your car's not working. And the odd thing for Ronafalk was his car's working brilliantly 2 hours ago. So Bruno is not that far in distance behind Canas, who's driving a very good final. Unfortunately, he's got 3 cars in between him. So Canas has cleared this traffic. The first bit of traffic for Bruno is the 12 car of Mattia Polo del Bello, the man who won the European Bs. That's an event open for anyone not ranked in the top 40 in Europe. Unfortunately, he is now ranked in the top 40. He won't be able to take part in that one again. Then the next up will be Robert Battle, and then after that he has to try and get past Ronafalk. So lots of lappery to do for Cahello. At the same time, what isn't happening is he isn't being gained on particularly quickly by Ongaro. I think Ongaro just stopped for fuel. Yeah, Ongaro did a fuel stop in the last lap, so Ongaro stopped for fuel. So that will have to wend its way out as we now are at 20 minutes. Bruno, we can see a lot of Bruno because he's kind of in a key position here. He's could go forward or he could go back, and either way we might see what's happening. He is dropping off Juan Carlos Canas, and now he's got himself into this traffic. He's beginning to unfortunately do what you do sometimes. You end up matching the speed of the traffic, not matching your speed. So Canas is looking particularly good at the moment. I'll be surprised if he goes for fuel soon. Yeah, so Canas is in for fuel. Will Bruno follow him for fuel? No. So once again, Bruno will take the lead as Canas comes out. So Bruno takes the lead. He's got past Robert Battle. So Canas is about 2 cars and 2 seconds behind him, but of course has a fuel stop in behind. So you just drop back 2 cars, and 1 car now, and that is our leader. That is Juan Carlos Canas, and that is looking like he is. He looks like he is something like, a second behind Bruno Cahello in the pink and the orange and white car, but it's not, because Cahello has to refuel his car, get another 125cc of nitromethane fuel. He is going a couple of laps longer. Now, whether this ends up that he can eke out an extra stop, that's an interesting thing. Will he be able to do one less stop? Is this a real lead? That's the question. We don't know until the strategies unwind the last few minutes. But obviously going a minute longer at this point, with 22 minutes, we're exactly halfway now. So exactly halfway, Cahello leads, Canas second, Ongaro third, Burton fourth, Ronafalk in fifth, which is surprisingly high. Battle is sixth and Boots is seventh. But I think that's again down to pit stops because he's a lap behind. So the top 3 have lapped everyone up to about fifth. So we are looking at Canas, and did Bruno come in that time? No, he didn't. So Bruno now is done 3 laps further than Canas. This is looking a bit more like he's got a pit stop in hand, and looking like this gap you can see on the camera is the real gap, because at the end of the day he'll have to make 1 less pit stop. So the orange and white is Bruno Cahello, and the silver and red, that is Juan Carlos Canas. Portugal leads Spain in Portugal in Frexidas at the 1/8 European Championships from EFRA, brought to you by J Concepts and us here at RCTV. I am Nick Damon. You've heard the voice of Matt McCallum on the camera. It's Harry Bamford. Helping us out is Phil Mortstead of neobuggy.net on camera too.
And Bruno's gone in.
And Bruno has taken his fuel stop now, and he's out again, which means that Canas's lead will be about a fuel stop. Now, has he come out behind Ongaro after that fuel stop? And my guess is probably yes. So Ongaro now is in second, I believe. Though definitely, because he went even earlier than Canas, has 1 fuel stop left. So into second has got Ongaro. Now, this is more of a worry for Canas because he's getting gained on by Ongaro. So let's Pick up Ongaro. There's Canas, let him go, and there's Ongaro now on the 13 car. He's lapped Ronefelt, which must give him a little bit of pleasure. So Ongaro, that is the distance he is behind Canas. The distance he's behind Canas is 3.3 seconds. Done 34.6 last time round. So there's a real speed in that associated chassis at the moment. The Mugen chassis leading. Kind of now on a slightly different strategy is Bruno Coelho, who is a further 3 seconds back. So it's kind of hard to tell where we all are, apart from actually on the track. Actually now is that the lead that 35.4, 35.2, so 2/10 more gained by Ongaro on one Carlos Canas in that last lap. There's Canas flashing by on the other side of the Pinel hairpin, and they'll turn around and go back up the hill. Ongaro, who was leading at the Neo event in Spain earlier this year for most of the, well, he didn't lead the first bit because Ronefelt led and he broke down. And he led miles, and Miles' lead was worn down by Royal Battle over about 35 minutes. Now he's got to do the same thing to one Carlos Canas. He started at the back, he's made a couple of mistakes. He's got Canas in his sights, but I think Canas and he are on the same pit stop strategy. Whereas I do think that we are going to see Coelho make one less stop at the end of the day. But definitely, ever so slightly, creepy slowly, and it was 1 second that last time, Ongaro is getting closer to Canas. So Ongaro, as he comes around, he's made another mistake, and that's a difficult thing because you can't get any drive, and that's a big mistake for a small error. That was a 3 second error that cost. That little spin on the polished tile, and it's such a big error that it's put him effectively only just slightly ahead of Coelho, as both Ronefalk and the 6 car figure eight move out of the way. So Ronefalk now has been lapped by the top 3. Coelho is right behind Ongaro. Ongaro has given another breath of fresh air to Canas, who will pull his lead out to about 5 seconds with 18 minutes to go. So we're well into the meat, the second half of this one. As Ongaro Ongaro's in for fuel again. So Ongaro comes in for fuel with 18 minutes and 24 seconds to go, and we take him through and out of the pit lane. And now let's now go to Canas, wherever he is. So let's take our leader. So car 1 is where we want to be now. The car 2, sorry, the Canas is where we want to be now, and he's coming down the part of the track and onto the double J Concepts. So when will Canas come in relation to Ongaro? Ongaro came in a lap ago, and Canas is doing at least 1 lap more than Ongaro. So is Ongaro going to have to stop more often than the others? So Canas now running in traffic, but Canas suddenly, did I miss Canas being a fuel stop? No, Canas has had a bad lap. Canas had a 39, so suddenly Canas is literally just ahead of Bruno. So Canas had a really bad lap. I think as we were coming to him, he was having a problem at the top of the hill here, last lap. And now Bruno Coelho is right behind him. So Coelho, on a better fuel strategy, is right behind Canas. So Canas, is he going to come in this time? No. So Canas has already gone 2 laps longer than Ongaro. Ongaro has got a very thirsty strategy out there. And Bruno goes into the lead. Bruno takes the lead. And that's a real lead. Doesn't matter about fuel stops or anything. He takes the lead as he just flies over an error by Canas. I don't know if we get tired or tightening up, but it's now Bruno Coelho, and we should be with Bruno in the lead. So Bruno takes the lead. What's going to happen? That was a pass for the lead. Coming into the rostrum triple, just got a bit of bad drive and just flew off the side, and Canas makes his first mistake. It's not a massively expensive one. It's about 3 seconds. It's back up from a second one, and Coelho takes the lead. So Bruno Coelho, is he about to add another European Championship to his crown? He is about 5 seconds ahead of Ongaro, probably on the same fuel strategy as Ongaro now. So Ongaro has to hunt him down. Canas has managed to hold on to second. And this is Bruno in picture, the Portuguese driver, the X-Ray, and you can see all his other sponsors on his t-shirt as well. He's probably still 3 or 4 laps from any form of fuel stop. Canas, I would think, should be going in soon. The X-Ray worked, the magic being worked by Ty and Gord Tessman. Now his lead over Canas is about 3 seconds, and his lead over Ongaro is 6. So it's on a 34.9. The concentration of Bruno, as he could be about to add, I think, a third or a fourth different type of European Championship. Obviously, the one he's not won is the one he's best known for, which is the 1/10th Electric Touring. And the marshals are being replaced. And the marshals are doing half a race each, which in this heat is a good idea. So Bruno leads. Now, when he goes in for fuel, I'm not sure if Canas must have fueled by now. Canas did fuel last time round and dropped to third behind Ongaro. So when Bruno comes in for fuel, I think he will drop into second behind Ongaro, but Ongaro is definitely stopping once more than he is. So Bruno leads. Another lap without fuel. He's really got a very, very economical motor in that X-Ray. Hopefully it's been run rich enough and it won't have problems with heat towards the back end of this run. Cars now have been running for 30 minutes, half an hour longer, 10 minutes longer than they've run the whole time they've been here. Longest run prior to this is 20 minutes. Tyre wear might be an issue. They might be beginning to lose grip. Certainly the heat is going to be an issue. The driver's going to start losing a grip of things as well. It comes down the steps. That time round he gained a few tenths actually on Garo. So Cahello now, not only is he leading, he's got the pace as well. So on Garo, so Cahello, he's leading and got the pace. Ongaro has very little to answer it with. So it's Cahello from Ongaro. Again, he gave another 2 tenths there. Ongaro is 6 seconds back, 6.5 back. For the man on your camera now, Bruno Cahello, going through the inner triple now, turn to the top of the circuit. As he goes over the double-double, just down the steps now comes Ongaro. Surely must be fuel this time. Nope. Another lap round. Not overly sure we won't see Ongaro go in the pits again. It's been a long time since he had a slurp of juice as well. So not only is Cahello quick, he's also economical. And it looks like Canas's challenge has sort of faded a little bit.
I was lucky.
As he gets away with it. And sometimes you need to be good, but you will always need to be lucky. And perhaps that luck which deserted Ongaro in that semi-final may prove key, because starting from the back gave him that handicap he didn't really want to have. So another lap round for Bruno, and this time it's fuel. And he's stopping with 30 minutes to go, so there's one more stop after this for him. So he's got one more stop to go. Loses the lead. Ongaro takes the lead. Canas does not go past him, so Ongaro leads now. There's one more stop for Bruno, and I'm pretty sure 2 more stops for Ongaro, but finally he leads the event. So let's move on forward one car to Ongaro. Ongaro leads over the inner triple. The Italian took all 5 rounds of qualifying. But if I'm really honest, doesn't even appear to have the pace of Bruno at the moment. Cahello, an absolute phenom in RC racing. He's winning in track classes, he's winning in electric classes, he's winning in IC classes, the small IC engines, and that rolled car equally held both of them up. So leading, but I think with 2 stops to make, is Ongaro, and in second, but with only 1 stop to make, is Cahello. Cahello doesn't need to overtake him, because effectively he's got a lead of a stop, which is about 7.5 to 8 seconds of actual track time. Drop down the steps. They have first and second flying together over the double-double. Ongaro, well, that was a bit risky, but he got away with it and beautifully slid that one, and he now stops, and so he will definitely have to stop again because he stopped with 11 minutes to go. So it'll be 2 stops for Ongaro. Let's take him out, see where he comes out. Did he come out ahead of Canas? Has Canas dropped? Yep, so he comes out ahead of Canas. So Canas's challenge faded around the half-hour mark, and Ongaro is a real second place. He's got a full tank of fuel and he's ahead of Canas, so nothing Canas can do on stagger will beat him. But the leader is Cahello. So Cahello's lead, as they both need to stop once more. Whatever they come across now, that is a real lead with about 11 minutes to go. So Cahello crosses the line now, and we'll wait and wait and wait and wait and see when Ongaro goes across. He's seen as amounts of loading, and he is actually down by about 5 seconds. 4.7 seconds is the difference between the two of them. So Ongaro needs to find a 4, and that's not a way to find a 4.7 second lead, being upside down. And was that the moment when it all went away for Ongaro? Is that the moment when Bruno Carrello got a chance to add another different European Championship on the MRD replay? Let's have a look here, and it's very innocent. I'm sure he's got away with that 15 times before. Good work from the marshal, but that is 4 or 5 seconds he can't afford to lose. And they come across, and Ongaro's lap that time was a 41.9. He lost another 6 seconds. The lead now is up to 8 seconds, but the second place man is back to being Juan Carlo Canas. So Canas takes second, Ongaro is in third, and they are right together, second and third. So second and third battling on the track. So the track battle is second and third, Canas and Ongaro. Canas gets a bad bounce. It's a silver and red second place here, still leading. And Ongaro trying to take him in the air, and he has to. Oh, beautiful overtake, slap down, landed, and gets back his second place. So second place again is Ongaro, third is Canas. Not seen that before, an aerial overtake, but the worrying thing is that they are both 9 seconds back. Let's watch that again in the air. Up and over, that's not the bit, that was the end of it. So the MRD design, we'll try and get the early bit earlier. So they come through, and it is a battle between Ongaro and Canas for second and third, and it's a heated battle at that. As is an error for battle. And Canas drops off again. So it's Ongaro now, half a second faster than Carrello that time round, and the lead is 9 seconds. So Carrello has a 9-second lead, and that will be between him and another European Championship. Let's see this one again now. Oh, it's fantastic in the air from Phil's camera. Just landed and slap band in row. Fantastic overtake. But it's only an overtake for second. And Carrello, if he wins this, I think he's going to end up with every right to claim that he's the most versatile driver in the world. But certainly, he's going to be giving a massive, massive thank you to Ty and Gord Tessman of Canada, who've come over, the X-Ray team leaders in this 1/8 class. Obviously, you're Canadian, you can't take part in the European Championship. They've come over and helped him and set him up, and it looks like they're going to be claiming a victory for X-Ray. It looks like, because we've had many things change in the last 8 minutes before, and the lead is 8 seconds. So actually what's happening is that Ongaro is actually biting into the lead that Carrello has. That's reducing all the time. He's taken a second out of him the last couple of times. Let's look at Carrello's car for a second. He's just going back down past the rostrum triple and now going into the FRA section, sweeping sharp right and left and over the tabletop. Is that car now slowing down? He's had a couple of slower laps. That was a 35.5 of 34.8 for Ongaro. So Ongaro has not given up. He knows it's even Stevens, 8 minutes to go. It's one stop for each of them to make, so they are absolutely neck and neck on that front. Can Ongaro chase down Carrello? Carrello crosses the line now with a 35.8. I think Ongaro just made another mistake actually. Ongaro just fell off the track. And Ongaro crosses with a 38.3. Yeah, that's 3 seconds lost. So that remarkably calm complexion there on Bruno Carrello. It's literally like he's practicing on the Thursday before a club meeting. Not that he's leading the European Championship A final and a chance to add another class to his burgeoning belt of amazing victories. So there isn't much wrong with Carrello. He's driving within himself, which is probably just as well, because Ongaro is throwing caution to the wind, is losing time left, right and centre. So Ongaro crosses the line now, and he gained about 700 that time round. So Carrello, with 6 minutes to go, will be stopping soon for the last time. Whether we'll see a lap or two with Ongaro in the lead will be interesting. And now it's all about reliability. It's all about whether Carrello can get this to the line and the Portuguese to claim another European Championship. Putting a lap, and now he comes to his final fuel stop. So let's take him through on the fuel. It's Ty Tessman, the world champion, who picks it up. It's Gord Tessman, his father, who fuels him. He's up, he's down, and there's no issues there. The car hasn't stalled, he's up and running, and he is about 6 minutes from glory, because he's still ahead, even though he's stopped. Ongaro pushing hard in second, Canas in third, but Canas has been heavily dropped. So Canas's challenge, which is so strong, has faded in the last 15-16 minutes. Ongaro is still pushing, and he is just 11 seconds behind. And he'll go a lot closer this time before he has to make his final stop. But it's been a textbook performance so far by Coelho in his home track. And the lead will drop dramatically now because Ongaro goes across. Let's pick up Ongaro. He's going to come down the bank corner now in the 13 car. We'll see him through for his final stop as well. The lead has dropped, of course, just down to 3.2 seconds because Coelho has made his final stop and Ongaro hasn't. Ongaro, really, everything was going well into the semi-final. Flamed out and had a problem with his front right, had to retire, which put him in the last chance. He came from 12th to 1st. He won the last chance qualified in 13th, going net 12th. But that long gap he had to make up and fight through. Well, perhaps at the end of the day, the distance between them after lap 2 may well be the distance between them when we reach our predicted 73 laps, I think it is they're looking at getting to.
So we're in the pits.
So in the pits comes Ongaro, and out of the pits, the engine splurting a bit of smoke as it runs a little bit rich as it gets going. And this is now the run to the flag. And it's a flag which I don't think Ongaro is going to see first. He may well see it second. But if you came here and you said Bruno Coelho is going to be European champion, they'd have laughed at you. Because Bruno, I don't think he made the semis last time. He may have made the quarter. He didn't enter last time. The previous time I think he made the semis. He's a great driver. He was one of the greatest drivers, actually. One of the greatest drivers in the world. But whether he can set up a car in a class he hardly ever drives against people who do it all the time, well, that's the issue. But with Gord and Ty Tessman from Canada coming over to help him as mechanics, it all seems to have worked out rather well. Let's pick up our leader. He's coming down the steps now and going on to the double-double. J Concepts double-double. Thank you to J Concepts for their sponsorship of this event for us. For those who don't know, J Concepts make tyres, they make bodies, they make all sorts of hop-up parts for all sorts of cars. So have a look out on jconcepts.net. Thanks to Phil on the camera from nearbuggy.net. The best news out there. Thanks to Matt. And you always check out Control. That's Matt's other entertainment business. And thanks to Harry as well, who, if you want to have your portrait taken in the Nottingham area, I think you want to talk to Harry Bamford. I'll sell you a projector for Epsom. That's all our sidelines. But right now we're commentating on a masterclass by Bruno Coelho. He is now just about 3 minutes and 30 seconds away from what is a historic victory. The first Portuguese man to win since Miguel Matias won in 2003, and Miguel's in this race as well as his retirement race. So what a great retirement race. You've made the main final, and you've passed the baton, the torch, on to your fellow countrymen. But those of you watching on Extreme don't realise the magnitude of what's happening here. This is a man who made his name running electric cars on carpet and asphalt, then did a bit of running of IC cars on asphalt, then started running off-road on dirt with electric cars, and when he's won European Championship in all of those, or major championships in all of those, ran up in the World Championship, won 10th touring cars, and now he's spreading his wings and looks like he's going to become European champion in his hometown, or his home country, with a class which is the premier class in the world, with effectively nothing more than the combination of the great skills in setting up of Gord Tessman and the eyes of Ty Tessman and his unparalleled wheelmanship, because he uses the steering wheel. And I, for one, I've seen Bruno race all around the world. I've seen Bruno almost win things and they've gone wrong at the last minute. I've seen Bruno win classes he shouldn't win. He won a 1/10th IC in Turkey despite having a flame out, which is when the engine stalls. He lost the 1/10th Touring Car World Championships last year, 2 years ago, when he hit a curb he had no reason to hit and let Volker in for the win. Ronald Volker, the German. But as it handles now, he is only 1 minute 52 seconds away from doing something remarkable. His lead over Ongaro is 8 seconds, so he can't afford to make any major mistakes. A minor mistake is probably allowable, a major mistake not. He has in third place, we have one Carlos Cadet. David Ronefalk has battled, and I mean battled his way up to fourth place, like pushing it through treacle in this final, I would say, but he's in fourth. Ricardo Burton, unfortunately, has just flamed out and won't be fifth. Like Boots might make fifth. Valanka sixth. Lee Martin hasn't made the trip. Robert Battle, it's a difficult time for all of them. In fact, Juan Carlos is missing as well now. Juan Carlos Canas has got a problem as well, so perhaps we've lost him. He had a final bad lap, top and go. Ronefalk will have unlapped himself from Canas, which I'm supposed to be quite a pleasant thing. But it's a minute to go, which means that Bruno Coelho has this lap and one more to make history.
Down there.
So he has 1 minute this lap and one more to make history. And he is just flying through the air with the greatest of ease. That's the only way it can be said. So just coming round for his last lap. It's the last time at the main straight. It's the last time round the corner. It's the last time. We'll do all those things actually. It's a lot of last times happening here. Last time over the straight. And now he's coming to it then. Picture in picture. Look at his face. Will he be celebrating? He is going to become the European champion of the class. We never thought he could come. He's got a few hops down to go. And he's coming along, and can he do it? Can he do it? He's got a choice. He's going to do it. He is the European champion. He's passed it, and Coelho takes it, and he is absolutely amazed. I haven't got my monitor thing, so I'm going to go. And I'm going to trust it. It's going to work. And we're going to run it. So Bruno Coelho has taken a remarkable European championship. This is just unbelievable for us in the know. Coelho is the European champion. Let me see if I can have a go. Bruno, that unbelievable. You have won another European championship in another class. Wow.
Yes, I have no word really. Now it's fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Grazie. Obrigado.
Very sporting. All this is João Figueiredo, his fellow Portuguese going. But the man is a phenom. He's won this one. And there Canas, who faded towards the end. When did you know you were going to win? It just came to you, it seemed.
Yeah, I didn't know. In the beginning, Canos was pulling away pretty fast, so I was like kind of okay. I will just need to wait a mistake. But suddenly, in the middle of the race, he started to lose the pace, and I was starting to catching up. And also, Ungaro started to catch me, and he was actually faster than me. But I think now in the end, he just ran out of tires. So yeah. It was an amazing race, so I did, I think, one mistake in 45 minutes. That is not normal for me. So, yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Really.
And we have to say thank you to the Canadian arm of this Gordon, Ty Tessman. How much have they played in this victory?
Yeah, for sure. I can say I will give 90% of this victory to them. So we make the last-minute decisions on the car because we had not so much steering, and we decided to change a little bit the car. And, yeah, it was really amazing. So thanks for them, and without them, for sure, it will not be possible.
Bruno, we've seen you win many races in RCTV. You've now won the 1/10th in Nitro. You won that in Turkey. You've won a couple of the off-road ones. You won this one, which no one expected. When are you going to win 1/10th touring car? That's what you're supposed to win.
Yeah, it's making me a little bit frustrating, you know, because I never win the class that I really like to. So this is the class I don't really like or I don't really practice. And yeah, make me really frustrating. I cannot win 1/12, but 1/10 touring, but for sure it will come the day.
But the key question is, you're European champion. Are you now going to the World Championships in Perth?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, come on, you've got to go.
Yeah, maybe I go. I'm not sure yet.
He's got to go. Bruno, congratulations. Fantastic. It's lovely to see you win again. Brilliant stuff. Home win for Bruno Coelho. What a fantastic performance. He gets the celebration from everyone else there indeed. A fantastic performance. And the whole X-Ray team, if they give them cuddles in that camera, so that's Uri Hoodie, the man who actually owns X-Ray. They finally won a European champion from an unexpected source. Any second now, we're going to have Martin Bayer, who is the designer, come in. This is the designer of the car. He's another very versatile man, Martin Bayer, who's won in a couple of classes. A quick word with Martin. Martin, I'll just get you on the camera as well. Martin Bayer, a multiple European champion yourself. Martin, as a designer, I think you're in tears. It's a great moment for you.
It's amazing. I'm crying because this is an amazing moment. So much work we put for this race and finally we pay off. Bruno did an amazing job. He drove no mistake. And he had the best mechanic at the awards and the driver, Tessman family. So I would like to thank to Bruno and Tessman family for the amazing job.
You've won European championships in large scale. You won European championships in electric. What's it like being the designer of a European championship winning car?
It's an amazing moment. Nothing is better than this. Nothing is better than this. I'm just amazing moment, really.
Martin, thank you very much. Martin Bayer, the designer of the X-Ray machines. Some fantastic sporting thing we've seen. There'll be a kind of a huge cheering situation going on. Most of the other drivers are around the back, so I'm not sure we're going to get much more driver reaction in the view of our camera. But a great moment there. And we can actually, we got the hand here. Let's see if we can find some, any of the other people. As the celebrations go on, I can't see the other drivers. I think they probably